Hello, ladies and a very few gentlemen. My name is Dmitry, and I work for the Nikitin school based in the lovely ancient city of Yaroslavl. You are welcome anytime. And today I'm going to talk about quiz night in ELT. Quiz night is a civilized synonym for pub quiz, but because we are in educational context, quiz night is a better option perhaps. So, first of all, let's start with a short warm-up. Could you please talk to a person next to you, like in groups of 4 perhaps, and could you answer these simple questions? What are your expectations from the talk? Basically, why are you here? And have you ever conducted a quiz of any kind, or maybe a pub quiz, or maybe a quiz night, or have you ever participated in one? And my extra, if so, tell us more about your experience. And my extra question, what do you think is the ELT value, is the language value, or communication value, or pedagogic value of any quizzes? Could you talk in groups of 4, please? Please do talk. Thank you. Thank you. Very difficult to talk to teachers. We never listen. So, would you like to come up with any ideas about the first question? What are your expectations from the talk, basically? Why are you listening to me, not to Piotr Stepachev?
How to organize things already.
You want to know how to organize quiz?
Yes, not only among my students, because all of my students are of different levels. So I want to know how to attract people to this quiz, and where to find questions, and what do you know to what do you need to know.
Okay. And how to attract people to your school using quiz?
Yes.
Okay. Any more expectations?
So basically some do's and don'ts.
Okay. What not to do?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, good. Yeah, please.
Well, I actually have very little experience and knowledge about quizzes, so my question is very small.
Just general overview.
Yeah.
You want general overview. No chance left, I'm afraid. If you want, you can. So, that's it.
Yeah, like how to
So basically, how to conduct a quiz, how to organize quiz, how to attract people to quiz, and do's and don'ts, and just general overview. Okay. So we'll try to do it. So first of all, the quiz night can be used as a lesson, very debatable, but from ELT perspective, but it can be used as a lesson. It can be used as part of a lesson, and we'll have this activity as part of a lesson today. It can be used as out-of-class activity, and I would put all these 4 blocks sort of together. So it can be used out-of-class activity, students, parents, teachers activity, school competition, and schools competition. Somehow, I don't know why, maybe it's different in your areas, but in my area, not many private schools like each other. Is it the same in your place?
Yes.
Yeah, and pub quiz is a fantastic opportunity to have a competition with your rivals. The second pub quiz is a competition with your competitors, and then you have a competition with your colleagues and competition with your friends after 4 years of hard work. Basically, we do organize it in Yaroslav, we do organize it with our friends from different schools. It's great fun because we are doing something good for the educational system of the city, but we are sort of competing very strongly because we are from different language schools. Okay, then it can be used as a socializing activity, and if you are working with teenagers, you can have it out of school somewhere, in a camp, for example. Or, if you are lucky to teach adults, you can go to a pub, and it's okay. Nothing wrong with going to a pub. But when we organize it in a pub, we strict that if there are children under 18, waiters should know they're under 18. And we are sort of looking out at them. Okay, good. And then promo activity, of course, if you want to attract more customers to your school, pub is a fantastic opportunity to show your students, to show your teachers, to present a friendly atmosphere of your school. So, now I wanted to have a mini example, if you don't mind. For mini example, I'd like you to work in groups of 6. Because we are teachers, we are super at organizing space. Let's organize space and try to work in groups of 6. Nobody can ever do it better. Okay. Are we ready? Okay. If you're ready, could you raise your hand, please? Okay, cool. So, now, before any quiz, you have to read the rules. You have to read the rules, otherwise it's going to be unfair. And I'm going to read the rules. Rule number 1, no more than 8 members per team. Sometimes we say no more than 6 members per team, but if you have 8 members, you are welcome to enjoy the night quiz, but you are not going to have any prizes. So, rule number 2, no shouting out the answers. You are allowed to make exclamations that are not answers, especially if you are having fun. Having fun is okay, but shouting out the answers is not okay. So rule number 3, no outside help, and you have to be particularly clear with it talking to your students. It means no cheating, no consultation or queries with people or resources outside your team, no cell phones, no texting, no calling, no surfing. Turn your mobile phones off until the conclusion of the night festivities, and you are advised to keep your mobiles in a pocket or purse, not on a table or in your lap. So rule number 4, the answers provided by your quiz master have been painstakingly researched, as have the questions. Therefore, those answers will be considered to be correct without regard to their actual truth. It's very important at the beginning to avoid all the confrontations. If the answer is written here, it's the correct answer because it's written here. Otherwise, you go to endless debates, especially with competitive teenagers and especially with competitive adults and with competitive kids. In each group, there is one person who's going to be super competitive and will take the pub quiz, the quiz night, really seriously. So rule number 5, in a related story, no arguing with the quizmaster. And finally, rule number 6, make some noise, have some fun, and make everyone around wish they were playing the quiz night with us tonight. So, just you need to create cards like this, like right numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, maybe 10, maybe 10, maybe 10.
One card per group.
One card.
One card per group. One card per group. One card per group. So we're going to have a sort of one round. Then we'll analyze it. So, okay. And choose a secretary who is going to write the answers. Secretaries, may I have a look at your hand? Secretary. Can't see a secretary over there. Who is a secretary over there? Not in team. I see your hand, thank you. Who is the secretary of your team? Okay, no secretary over there. Good, cool. So now, choose a secretary of your team. Okay, so now, if you are going to organize it, you may want to ask teams to create a funny name. And it'll take like 3 minutes. Then you may want to ask your teams to present it in an enthusiastical manner. It'll take another 5 minutes, just want to plan the time. Okay, and now because I think that English teachers are very good at history and movies, I've chosen questions about history and movies. I'm going to read probably 5 or 6 questions. You discuss it in your teams and you write down the answers.
Okay.
To feel what it is. So, in 1812, Napoleon took an army of 500,000 men to invade Russia. About how many made it home? In 1812, Napoleon took an army of 500,000 men to invade Russia. About how many made it home? Okay, question number 2. Question number 2. Question number 2. Okay, so what term did Churchill coin for the division between the communist bloc and the Western powers at the end of the Second World War? What term did Churchill coin for the division between the communist bloc and the Western powers at the Second World War? Question number 3. Who was crowned Tsar of Russia in 1547? Who was crowned Tsar of Russia in 1547? Okay, question number next. It's an exciting one. In 1785, Blanchard and Jeffreys became the first to cross the English Channel using which method of transport? In 1785, Blanchard and Jeffreys became the first to cross the English Channel using which method of transport? questions on movies, if you don't mind. What is the name of the spaceship in Alien? What is the name of the spaceship in Alien? And my favorite question, because it does have linguistic value, what are the final three words Jack says to Rose after the Titanic goes down? And there is also one idiom before. What are the final three words Jack says to Rose after the Titanic goes down? Don't give up, yeah, go, yeah. Optimistic. In the English keep commentary on. Okay, okay. I love the last question because it's also one idiom before. Do you remember a very useful idiom at the end of Titanic? I'm on top of the world. He said, I'm on top of the world, and then he said three other words. What he said? He said, I'm on top of the world. It's fantastic because there are two great synonyms. I'm on top of the world. I'm in the cloud nine and in the seventh heaven, and it's great because students always confuse the articles. I'm on cloud nine, but in the seventh heaven, I'm on top of the world. But the words are different. So now, could you please, you are going to check yourself because I trust you. Everybody else, you are going to exchange your answer sheets clockwise. Okay? Just exchange your answer sheets clockwise. Yes. Everybody exchange it. Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please, hush. So I read you the answers, and you give a point, either 1 point or 0 point. When you are playing it with your students, you may negotiate some points with the students before. For example, if there is a spelling mistake, but it's understandable, the answer is understandable, would you give the point or not? You should negotiate. It is a good idea to negotiate it with students. Or, for example, if the answer is someone likes it hot, but your students wrote «Жанне только девушки», which is the same film. Would you accept it or not? Or if they write Tarantino in Russian, would you accept it or not? Just negotiate it, it's up to you. I never accept any exceptions, spelling should be okay, everything should be done in English. So number 1, 10,000.
Yes.
Macabre, yeah, can you imagine? 10,000 came back. So the definition introduced by Churchill is the Iron Curtain, spelled with C. The Iron Curtain. So, and the Russian Tsar was Ivan the Terrible. Ivan the Terrible. They crossed the English Channel, not La Manche, the English Channel, proper name, balloon, in a balloon. The name of the ship, the name of the spacecraft is Nostromo, of course. Nostromo. Come on, no children from 1990s. Am I the only one? Never let go. Never give up, sort of, yeah. Never let go. Never let go was the last phrase to Rose. Okay. Then, could you exchange back? Could you exchange back? And basically, colleagues, you have 6 or 7 or 8 exciting rounds like this. If you are organizing it with your class, it can take like an hour. We organize it usually in a pub. It takes 2.5 hours, 3.5 hours. And if students are more talkative, they want more questions. Now, if you want to reproduce it, of course, there are some underwater stones. Let's go through them. Mini example. This is our common venue. Your venue may be without any drinks, with soda drinks. But we usually go to a restaurant, and we have some agreement with the restaurant. If you want to do it technically, you may either charge students for the price and for some food and snacks and drinks, or sometimes you have an agreement, you come to a restaurant, we don't pay to a restaurant, but students buy some drinks, obviously, so yeah. Or you can just use it in a class, like we are going to do it this evening, or you can do it in a forest, perhaps, but it should be enough, like for, let's say, 5-10 people, consists of 6 members. So like 40, 60 people is fun. Less is no fun. More is no fun. Double checked. So, little preparation tips. So please check the equipment. You will need pens, paper, personal computer and projector and speakers if you are going to have musical rounds, like play a part of a soundtrack, guess the film from the soundtrack, or if you are going to show any pictures. Then make sure you print it, and I didn't do it, I didn't do my homework. You printed answer sheets. I have only 5, not enough for all teams. And make sure you have a joker, I'll talk about it later. And you may want to have quiz night instructions. When I read quiz night instructions, I always read them in English and then say them in Russian. Because some students of pre-intermediate level may not understand some peculiarities, and it would be unfair. And I fundamentally believe that using mother tongue is okay, especially talking about discussions. So I can't break up my methodological principles. But then the game is in English. Okay, good. Then quiz masters, usually we try to choose 2 quiz masters, usually a man's voice and a lady's voice. It's somehow better to the audience not to have the same voice, especially if it's such an unpleasant voice as mine. So, then prize. In my tennis club in London, the prize is always a basket with wine and cheese. Here in Russia, it's usually books for learning English. Graded readers by Dickens. So, prizes can be commissioned by you if you're organizing it and you want to have any publicity. Prizes can be commissioned by sponsors, as we are going to have today, or in real quiz night, we just gather some money, let's say £5 per person, and then it's a big amount of money. For 50% of money, 2.5 quid, we buy some drinks and some food, and for the rest of money, we buy the prize. So it can be like a raffle. So, again, let's start, shall we? So there are up to 6 people recommended per team. You have teams' names, and you read the rules. My recommendation, do read it in Russian and English, and then just carry on in English. So, joker. The joker card is crucial because each team has a joker card. And after I told you the topic of the round, when I announced the topic of the round, let's say geography, and before I told you the first question, you may show me joker and you may shout joker, and it means that I'm taking a joker, you write here the name of the round, the number of the round, and then in the aftermath of the crisis, in the aftermath of the quiz night, your points will be doubled. For example, if you have a person who travels a lot, and you know, oh, Barbara knows everything about Arctica, and it's about Arctica. Yeah. So, it's okay about joker, because it makes it so much funnier. Then, rules I'll just go through. At the end, I'll give you the link at my blog. at 9 o'clock in the evening tonight, everything will appear on my blog, nikitindima.name, and it will appear in Russian, and also the questions for 6 rounds I'm going to ask tonight during pub quiz, they also will appear, so no copyright issues, you may easily take them and reproduce them. I mean, copyright issues are not a problem in Russia, if you have contacted, but I'm not claiming any copyright. Okay, the names of the rounds can be sorry. The checking can be done in the easiest way, so teams check each other, but then you should delegate to some people to have an aftermath, basically. Yeah, it should be a special commission. So then, rounds, well, you can just go through rounds. There can be a great variety of rounds. If you are having a pub quiz for teachers, today, for example, we are going to have a round on abbreviation. For example, what does ELT stand for? What does YL stand for? And you can have some professional rounds. No worries. Then, how to create a pub quiz? I'm an old-fashioned man, the child of 90s. So I use paper, books and games. Where do I take games from? Very good question. I go to charity shops. When I'm in England, I always go to charity shops. The richer the district, the better charity shops are. So, and because people donate much stuff, but nobody wants to buy it, because they already have everything. So find a rich district. Harrogate is a good place. Yeah, Harrogate is a very, East Croydon, no. Richmond is a very, yeah. Chelsea is a bad place because English people can't afford living there. It's only for the Russians. So there are some examples of games. You can order them online using Amazon.com or Amazon.co.uk, no problem. And there are fantastic Collins books. You can buy them very cheaply, Amazon.com, Amazon.co.uk. And there are also just great amount of web pages, maybe easier option. But Collins books are particularly good. But there are no ready quiz nights, unfortunately, because they're all created for English people. And like a question which they may find very difficult. For example, what is the name of the first man who went to space? It's really just difficult to them. And we know the answer. Or there are some questions about their films we don't know. And it's difficult for us, so I always check something in between. Choose something in between. Okay, good. It was difficult. We managed. What is your takeaway? Could you please talk to a person next to you? What is your takeaway? What is your attitude to quiz night now? Are you going to use it? Do you see any linguistic value? Or is it just out of class and promotion value? Could you just talk to a person next to you? So, unfortunately, dear colleagues, just what's your takeaway is personal. I can't force you. So any questions? We have time for 2 quick questions. Perhaps.
What are the names of the quizzes that you organize?
The pub quiz. The Dmitry Nikitin language school pub quiz.
How do you advertise it? How do people know it's going to happen?
The best version is to go to groups and tell the groups. When we teach groups before the lesson, we
It's
give.
your language.
Yeah.
And how many people do you have in your school?
Around 600. Yeah,
You
you can't
can get
have
60
them
people
all.
to come.
So Facebook works wonders. Facebook works wonders. Just the word of mouth works wonders. When you have an agreement with a restaurant, you can put an advert in a restaurant. It works wonders. Yeah, so there's many ways. Consult your marketing department. So
My question is about young learners. So, minimum age in your opinion to start a quiz?
I do not teach really young learners in your perspective, because really young learners, they're kids up to 19 years old, so after 14 is okay. Yeah, okay. So they are my contacts. Please do email me, please do find me on Facebook, on Contacti, anywhere. And just a little advertisement that in August we are going to have a fantastic event in Yaroslavl. You may find it on my Facebook account. Jeremy Day, Eliden, researching his field, is coming for 5 days workshop, and everything will be available in nikitindemand.net at 9 o'clock in the evening tonight, Moscow time. You'll have all the material and you'll have the ready-made quiz. Thank you very much for your support. Thank you very much for smiling at me.
Thank you very much.